So welcome back to AWF Outdoors. We got a winner for our jig giveaway. I want to be announcing that later on in the video, and I just want to touch base with you guys and let you know what we've been doing. Since the last time, or the last video, I had, well actually in that jig video I think I mentioned going on a night fishing trip. So we went on a night fishing trip over to Lake Jordan, which is on the Coosa Channel River system in Alabama. Went over to Jordan that night and couldn't really find any crappie. I don't know what was wrong. It was one of the warmest nights, and we looked at a lot of different structures, and we had every bit of equipment that you could ask for to find crappie, but we just couldn't find them, and don't know where they're at. They seemed like they were more scattered, you know, instead of being bunched up on structures and stuff. So after a night trip over there, I mean, we threw back a few small ones. We ended up catching 3 real big crappie, and you can see in the picture here that it was some nice crappie that we did catch, but we just couldn't find them. So after that trip, I probably fished the Warrior River some, and then yesterday we got to go up on Neely Henry, which is on up the Coosa River chain some, on up above Mitchell and Lay, and fish that river. I'd never really been spider rigging until that day. One of my friends, he's got a nice boat and he's got it set up for spider rigging. He invited me to go, so we went up there and did that. And we were going in the blind. We haven't fished there this year. So went up there and we spent a lot of time looking for crappie, and they weren't where we figured they would be. And by the end of the day, we finally found a slough that had a few in it. And so here's a little bit of video of what I could get at Neely, and I apologize for that. It was just the way we set up, and I didn't have a camera mount with me that day and didn't take a tripod or anything to set up my phone on. So, you know, it is what it is, and this is what little video I could get. So hope you enjoy this few minutes of that, and then we'll get on into today's trip. We're gonna be spider rigging Neely today. Hope we can get on some. So y'all just stay with us. Well, we just got our 6 poles dropped down and caught one short one just now. Looks good for today. The weather looks beautiful. Water's calm. We've seen some fish on the depth finder. Maybe we can put together a pattern here before long. So y'all stick around. Appreciate you joining us today again. Set up here in James's office. Got his laptop. He's rigging up his pole here now. We got 6 poles out. He said you only allowed 3 per person on this lake. Number 3. We've been fishing what, 10 minutes? Yeah. All right, number 5. Another one bites the dust. want you to make me put minnows on these jigs. He messed with it too long, didn't he? Keeper? Oh yeah, he's a keeper.
There's a measuring stick.
Nah, I ain't got to. About almost 11-inch crappie. Slab. Another one bites dust. Spider rigging, Henry and Neely. Maybe we'll get us a box full before dark. We finally got on a few. Get back up here in my office chair. Following along again, another AWF outdoor episode. We learned a little bit about Neely Henry today. Took us a little while to get on some crappie, but sitting here now taking the boat out, waiting on my time. And I'll be announcing the winner of the giveaway at the end of this video, so stay tuned for that. And congratulations. These days get long when you get up 3 o'clock in the morning. But anyway, thank you again for sticking around. And if you hadn't already, please hit that subscribe button and like and share. Especially the like and subscribe. That helps the channel grow tremendously. And I'm sure there's a lot of people out there that would like to learn a little bit. I mean, I'm not the best crappie fisherman in the world, but I've been fishing for crappie a long time. So, thank y'all again, and God bless you. Keep on pushing. I actually ended up catching 10, or keeping 10. We caught more than that. And I got very little video of that because I'm videoing with my cell phone, and sitting there spider rigging, you got to have both hands available. Watching those poles, you know, when you get a bite, you got to set the hook in. And so it's really hard to get a video and hold the cell phone and video this. So, but I'll put a little bit of that in here and just kind of combine that trip with today's trip. So I fished the Warrior River today, and had to be back at the ball game to watch my grandson play ball at 11. So I got a chance to go out. We went out about 8 and had about 3 hours to fish. So I went to places that I had caught fish before over the past several years, or maybe more than that. I have looked at those structures with electronics, but I learned how to fish that place without any electronics. But I know where the crappie should be at this time of the year. You know, our water temperatures are getting up around 60 now. Today it was 58 while I was there. That's what a friend told me because I didn't have any electronics to check it. So the water temperature got up to 58 before I had to leave. What we looked for today was, again, I'm looking for crappie that's pulling up out of the river channels and coming up into the sloughs and the pockets and things. Sometimes even on the river channel they'll pull up if they can get out of the current. And they'll pull up and get around these structures. It could be standing timber. It might be a blowdown that's just washed out in the river or a slough. And but what I'm looking for is roughly 20 to 30 foot of water, and hoping to find some structure in that. Now the crappie, they'll fluctuate throughout the day. Even they'll move on the structure and off, but also as the water warms during the day on these warm days, you may find these crappie that's holding at 15 to 18 feet deep in the mornings. But as the water warms up, they'll rise on up. I mean, I've seen them come from 18 to 20 all the way up to 6 feet by the evening, just depending on that water temperature. They'll get where they like it. And but today, it didn't take long to realize after fishing the water column without electronics that what I'm saying fishing the water column is I started off at the average of 15 to 18 feet deep and just start fishing it shallower and shallower until I start catching crappie. Today I got into the 10 and 12 foot range with my jig, and that's where we caught them at. Although I did come up a little bit more shallow in some places, like 8 and 6 feet. Didn't do so well there, so I dropped back down to around 10, and that's where they were holding it today. So you don't have to have the electronics to do that. You just have to search the water column. Makes it a little more aggravating in one way, but then it makes it a lot more fun and do a lot more fishing, not knowing that the fish are on that structure. So, you know, we just have to pull up and find some structure or something I've already known it was there, and fish in that area until I can fish around that structure, you know, and figure out where they're at on it. And they're not always going to be on that structure. The bigger crappie I'll explain to you in the video where they're at right now, so be sure to watch the video if you're looking for the bigger ones. So let's get into this video here. And like I said, I'll show a couple pictures of what I did at the night fishing trip over on Lake Jordan. I'm going to put in some video of the trip yesterday, spider rigging on Henry Neely. And today I'm on the Warrior River. So hope you enjoy it. So don't forget to hit that subscribe button either. And I'll mention that in the video, just as a reminder. So thank y'all again, and welcome back to AWF Outdoors. All right, we got our winner. My number that I've written down was 75. I actually said that in the video, so nobody caught on to that. So, but anyway, the closest person without going over was Mr. Blake McDaniel. You guessed number 20, and you were the closest one to 75 without going over. So congratulations on the crappie jigs, and look forward to maybe getting to fish with you some this year also. So just hit me up and message me or something, and I'll send those jigs to you. And congratulations. So thanks again, and I really want to thank y'all especially for subscribing and watching the videos. And if there's ever anything that I can explain any better or show any better, just let me know. I don't give away coordinates. Try not to show exactly where I'm fishing at. I hope you understand that. That's just the way we got to do it. Feels like a good one. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. You ain't got to have no electronics. You ain't got to have a $50,000 boat. You ain't got to have a Shimano reel. What you probably do have to have one of them.
Ready?
Shower down on it. Sir. Pretty good on that.
Yeah. Getting there.
Number 2. Maybe we might find something today. Another one. He's just gonna be a keeper. Oh, come here, baby. He's a little better than a keeper. That's some fun stuff right there, buddy. Today is what's the date? March. I don't know, 10th, 12th, somewhere around there. Crappie fishing is about to get good in Alabama. So make sure y'all subscribe, hit that notification bell over on the side so you don't miss the next video. And thank you for joining us again today. What you got? Need that net?
Small.
Oh yeah.
9.5.
Check him. Check him with the crappie checker and see what he is. We've got to keep our eyes focused so we know what length these fish are. 9 inch. Throw him back. If he ain't over 9, you're gonna trust your gauge over that game warden. You can mash his tail together. That's what I thought.
Trust the game warden.
And net, we got it. Grab that net. Oh man, don't lose that slab. Don't lose that slab. You need the net. Hold him up over here. Let me see what it looks like. All right, folks, y'all see it? Look here, let me show y'all what we got. Well, first of all, we got slab. But I wanted to show y'all our rig. We got a flat bottom aluminum boat with a trolling motor. We got a 9-horse Johnson. And we ain't got no electronics. The only thing electric in here is that phone charger and that trolling motor. And we're catching crappie. So what we're doing today, we're still looking for those staging crappie. They're starting to move up into the coves and the sloughs, hanging on deeper structure off the bank. And this particular spot here, I mean, they're on the riverbank also if you can find some structure off the bank. But we're sitting in around 20-25 feet of water, casting to structure that's in probably 15 feet of water. But the crappie will start staging, and what I've been finding the last few trips out, the big crappie seem to be schooling in schools around these structures. They won't be on the structure all the time. Most of the time they're not going to be, but you'll find bigger crappie that may be in a school of 10 to 25 fish, and they're just swimming around this structure out here. They're not just holding up on it, but they'll eventually start holding on that structure. And as the water warms on up some more, I don't know what the temperature is of it today. I'm sure it's getting around 60 or maybe 62, I don't know. But as that water warms up, man, that's aggravating with that motorcycle back here. But I can't stop it, so. But as the water warms up, they'll move up to the structures off of the bank, and then they'll move up to the structure on the bank around the spawning areas where they like to lay their eggs. So that's what we're concentrating on. So I hope that helps you out. So get out there and go crappie fishing. It don't take an expensive boat. I fish with all kind of guys. Fish in a flat bottom, we'll fish out of a canoe, we'll fish out of anything. So glad y'all stuck around again today. And please be sure to hit that subscribe button and please like the videos. Another thing I've been thinking about mentioning, looking at my analytics on YouTube, I can see that there's a little over 80% of you guys that watch these videos that never subscribe. Help an old man out, hit that subscribe button, and I appreciate it very much. So there, like I said, there's 80% of y'all, or a little over 80%, that watch the videos that never subscribe, and I'm getting plenty of views. So I know you're coming back to watch these videos, and I thank you so much for that. But just don't forget to hit the subscribe button and like the video also. That helps out in the algorithms with YouTube. So thank you again, and we'll get this video put together for you, and we'll see you on the next trip. Don't be discouraged about going out and getting in a John boat. I mean, you can do it off the bank if you can access the bank. But don't get discouraged on not having a boat. I don't have a boat right now. I hope this year that maybe over the next few months, maybe the good Lord will bless me to where I can be able to get back into another boat. And I'm looking forward to that, and maybe bring you some more content and better content. I mean, I've been blessed to be able to fish with a lot of guys. And the guys I fish with, they're really good fishermen too. It's just a blessing that they offer me to go, and I appreciate that, guys, really very much. So, but when I get a boat, these guys as well as other people, you know, you're gonna have some trips planned, and I hope I can take some of you guys out with me. So so that's where we're at, and we ended up keeping 10 nice crappie, and that's with no electronics. So that can be done, and I encourage you to get out there and try it. It's a cheap sport and very fun, and the table fare is very rewarding. So thanks again. God bless you, and remember to just keep on pushing.